Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, right? Wherever you are watching this video, I'm going to show y'all something very important because I've done some investigation over the last couple of days, right? Even in the comments section on this Elite Madden video, right? Because this is I don't know whose account this is, right? I don't know if this is Joke's account himself, but again, man, I'm calling Joke out now, and I'm calling EA Sports, right? Just like the title says, that tournament needs to be an investigation. Joke needs to be under investigation, plus the whole entire tournament, the ones organizing it during this quarantine. Okay? Because I find it peculiar. I find it very odd that somebody like Joke, who's lost 10 tournaments in the last 10 years, right? So every tournament he's competed in from Madden 19 and down, he's all lost, right? And notice, and he lost in an organized environment where there were people refereeing. So I find odd that he's lost all that time, but since everybody's quarantined and you're playing from satellite in your own home, right? This guy all of a sudden uses a very, very odd lineup that wouldn't even work in real life. I don't care who you are, right? Ain't no owner, no GM, no president, right? No coaching staff. Nobody is going to be running the lineup he ran and try to win football games. And nobody wins an entire season, let alone games, just run the football for 60 minutes a game. That just doesn't happen. That's impossible. But I'm gonna let him speak, right? I'm gonna let him talk for a while, and then I'm gonna chime in, right? I'm gonna tell you everything is what's wrong with this video and why that belt he got, that championship one, and that money needs to be investigated. Okay? Because I feel sorry for the people he played against. Because of the opponents he played against all use normal lineups. They not use this particular lineup. At least most of them, I think none of them did it. But I'm just gonna let this play, right? I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him explain himself, and then I'm gonna tell you why it's wrong.
This is the offense I used. So the reason why I went with the center is because obviously he had identifier and he had 95 run block, 95 strength. So just for his value, he was the best center I could have, especially with 95 run block. I knew that not many people were going to have crazy D tackles, so I knew I would win that matchup most of the times when I ran dive. And then I went with Randall McDaniel and Will Shields because so everyone on my team has at least 90 run block. So these dudes had 90 run block. My guy Tedmo with the sub, bro, appreciate it. I knew well, both my guards both had 90 run block, and they're both the fastest guards you can have. So in case I ever ran like any a stretch or power row, I knew that they were fast and they were gonna block down the field. Then I went. These guys were. This guy was my tight end, and this guy was my receiver. Obviously, the reason I used them was because they were the fastest tackles I could get at tight end and receiver. This guy's 84 speed. This guy's 80 speed. And then these guys were both the fastest guys with the minimum cap that I could have nasty streak and secure protector. And then I went with Joel Thomas because he was just the best tight end at blocking that I could put at receiver. And then this was the biggest. So the biggest thing so preparing into the game. What's up, Jelly? I the whole preparing for the Madden Bowl, I was using 88 cap Bo Jackson, and I couldn't use Bo Jackson. So going into the tournament, we were told basically that we would be able to use 40 out of 40 Raiders chems or 40-40 out of any team, so we could get the player plus one speed. So I labbed with Bo Jackson for a while, and I thought that I'd be able to get the 88 cap Bo Jackson to 99 speed because he's regularly 98 speed. So I knew I was going to use the Raiders chems to get him to 99 speed. Maybe 2 weeks before the tournament, we were told we couldn't do it. And the difference between 98 and 99 speed is huge. So I had to go with Gale Sayers over Bo Jackson. That was a decision I made just because they were the same cap. But Gale obviously was that one speed faster, and it's the difference between scoring a long touchdown and getting caught. So I had to go with Gale. Then Franco Harris was just. Hey, I'm sorry if I don't get everybody who's following. Mike, Cats fan, formal white guy, Folsey, G Lee, Matt, thank you guys all for the follow. I'm sorry if I don't shout out every single person. But Franco Harris was just he was a backup running back for the most part, and he was just a fullback who blocked decent. So no, he's Frank's not the fastest fullback. I honestly could have used Okuye, but I didn't want to spend that much cap on a fullback because I didn't feel like the difference was that significant. And then this is where we get to the fun part, guys. And there's actually one thing that I do regret not doing. And the one thing I maybe regret doing, uh, nah, Roman, I felt really comfortable against every single offense that I could have possibly played. And then the big reason too was because, like, look at the defense. This is my lowest rated defensive player that I played, and he's a 93 overall, and he's clowny. He's a god. So going into just going into like the defensive side, all about dots. Thanks for the follow. So I went with Justin Reed and Taylor Mays because they both. I used a 30 out of 30 Raiders chem to get Taylor Mays to 95 zone, and Justin Reed had 99 zone. And I wanted them both to have secure tacklers because I thought the guys in bunch, like I thought Pavin and people in 818 would have agile extender, and I wanted to be able to have two slot DBs with secure tackler when I ran 146. So that's why I went with two secure tacklers. It honestly wasn't really for Boat who was running the ball. They actually helped because I was able to run a defense where I always used them. And then this is the one guy I probably regret using Ryan Shazier because if I would have used Isaiah Simmons, I would have saved two cap, and then I also could have auto reordered to have safeties at linebacker. So I could have ran Bear against Podman. And with this team, I wasn't able to do that because I was putting Clowney as an outside linebacker. My toughest game was, I'm assuming, the Drini game. I'm not sure. I guess the Drini game because he was playing really good run defense. So that's basically Breeze. The reason why I did that was because I felt like Pavin just moved the ball too effectively on me when I was in 146. Obviously, he was comfortable against that. That's all he played against. And then I saw that a lot of the people, what's up, Drew? So a lot of people who were running bunch were really struggling against this match concept. I saw Decroft play Henry, and I know Henry and Pavin are best friends, so I knew that they were going to run similar rock combos. And I feel like Decroft really made the finals because he played really good defense. Like, he had that Frank Clark power specialist, and he was running the match concept. And honestly, one of the person who really figured out that matches really move is BY and Chai. So they kind of told me the adjustments. Can you pick me to win the giveaway? Yeah, no, I got you. Which one do you want? You want Bo or you want Ultimate Legend Walter Payton? So yeah, I regret using Shazier, but I mean he did make a few big plays, so that's cool. And then I went with these guys. This is just the best quarterback in the game for salary cap. And my guy Jaber with the 10 gifted, appreciate it. That's my guy. Big reason why I won the tournament because if it wasn't for him, I would have not used a 10 cap at all. So Denzel Ward's just the best salary cap cornerback in the game. He's 99 speed. He's got 95 press or 95 something. He's got the threshold for press and he's 99 speed. And he's only 70 cap. So if you're playing salary cap, you're still going to be playing salary cap. Denzel Ward's a must. He needs to be on your team. And then Tracy Porter was my other outside cornerback. Hey, Tressway. He was my other outside cornerback. And the reason being was because, again, I'm using Raiders chems, so I'm getting his zone up and his press up. So he actually had 93 press and about 93 zone. So he was just my other corner, just really good at, just really good cap for his stats. And then my two slot DBs, where I just went with the fastest guys that I could get for the cheapest amount of cap. I could have used Marlon Humphrey, and I would have stayed 3 cap, but he was a speed slower. So both these guys were 98 speed. Then now we go into the D-line. This is the reason, this guy right here, Frank Clark, is the reason why I did not use a quarterback. It's because if I used a quarterback, he just wouldn't have been able to be on my team. And I felt like he was just too good. I honestly, I wish I could get an exact quarterback. He's just the reason why I did not use a quarterback.
All right, so let's do this again, right? Because this dude just literally told on himself. And again, this is why I'm not respecting this guy at all. Okay, let's just go back and say this again, right? Because again, you gotta follow the rules, right? Everybody else had a quarterback. Everybody used a quarterback. They didn't use a punter, right? This dude just I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with this video, man. It's obvious. This dude literally telling on himself. I don't know why he even put this out, right? Because again, this guy got to know somebody going to investigate. Let's just hear him. Let's just hear him one more time, because that's sick.
This guy right here, Frank Clark, is the reason why I did not use a quarterback. It's because if I used a quarterback, he just wouldn't have been able to be on my team.
So why would you put him in the first place? Everybody else used a quarterback, right? The fact that he used a quarterback should tell you one thing, that he's not that good. He has no skill. Okay, you can't be a great Madden player and you can't throw the football. You can't throw a touchdown pass. That's terrible, man. That's horrible, right? Again, everybody he played against used actual quarterbacks. The fact that he didn't do it should tell you one time how desperate he was. That this dude gonna try to cheat the game, right? Again, man, Joke ain't fooling nobody, man. You ain't fooling me, bro. I know your whole game already, right? You found a way to exploit this game because you didn't want to use a quarterback like everybody else, right? Again, I'm gonna show you. First, let's go back and review this because this is what got him, right? This is what told on himself. Because I find it funny that this guy done lost 11. This guy damn near lost 10 tournaments, right? This dude lost 10 tournaments, but he wins this one. It's obvious right now. He's really not that good. Now, first of all, this guy has Eli Manning, right? You got Eli Manning, but you didn't even use him. He not used Eli Manning at all. Okay? So you gonna tell that lie, right? You supposed to have another quarterback. You supposed to have at least 2 quarterbacks, right? You got Eli Manning in your lineup, but you didn't even use him at all. You just said, "Oh, I didn't pick another quarterback," right? If I didn't get this guy, I wouldn't be. If I got another quarterback, I wouldn't pick him, right? But I would thought you supposed to have at least 2 quarterbacks, because what if this guy gets injured? You see what I'm saying? You got Eli Manning, the same Eli Manning that's won 2 Super Bowls, defeated the New England Patriots, and you don't want to use him. Like, come on now, man. Again, how you gonna be a good Madden player? How you gonna be a champion? And this is the other thing that's sick, right? Look at this lineup. Why do you have Joe Thomas at tight end? Joe Thomas does not play tight end. I don't know who was allowed. How did he get away with that? Right? Because in the NFL rules, right? And I told you this earlier. Ain't no if you are left tackle, they're not going to put you at tight end. They not. You got people who actually play that position for real. You got people like Travis Kelce. You got Kyle Rudolph. You don't need Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is a left tackle. He's a left tackle. He's at the he's a tackle, right? He's an end. This dude does not play tight end. You can't put Joe Thomas at tight end because it's cheating. He's at an advantage, right? Certain DBs, the linebackers can't get around him. The man weighs over 260 pounds. Like, come on now, dude. Like and then look at this is another guy too, right? Teron Armstead. Why again? This guy is an offensive lineman. He does not play tight end. Because in real life, in real football, right? If you're an offensive lineman, you cannot put offensive linemen and have them sub in at the tight end or receiver position. It's cheating, right? Now, Joke wouldn't be able to be no head coach. He wouldn't be able to be no GM or no owner because his team will be penalized every time, right? The moment a referee in real life would have seen this lineup take place, they would immediately call it illegal formation. You can't be doing that. That's not real football, right? And you got these dudes starting, okay? Now you got Andre Holmes, right? You got Taquan Mizell, right? You got these other receivers that you don't even use, or he got these guys who he don't even use them like that. He's using these 3, right? These main linemen. This dude's got like 8, 9 linemen on the line, dude. You got linemen at tight end and receiver. While his bottom team, these other actual receivers are on the bench, right? No, that's cheating, bro. You can't be doing that. You can't put this guy at tight end. You got tight ends for that position, right? This dude subs these receivers out and he puts in offensive linemen, right? That's the only reason why he was able to win that tournament. He didn't win, right? He didn't win fairly. This dude had a punter starting at quarterback. He did not use Eli Manning at all. I was watching him the whole time. I was watching this guy. He didn't use Eli Manning, right? He ran the football. This guy would put a punter in there for the left hand animations. This guy exploited the weak AI. But my thing is, man, this dude obviously has somebody helping him with this roster, right? Let me go back and see, man, because who's the dude that was helping him with this roster, dude? This is who you need to. This is why this dude needs to be investigated, right? Because see, and this is the problem, man. The people he was playing against, like D. Croft, they didn't call him out at all. They wasn't paying attention, right? And the reason why Madden sucks the way it is, because you got a bunch of people who actually don't watch the game in real life. They don't. Let's just be honest, man. If Joke was really watching this game in real life, right? If he actually played it, like in the pads, I'm not talking about flag football. If you actually played it like how he played it, like in high school and college, you wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't have to. You don't play people out of their positions. That's something you do not do. That's not real football. Let me go back and watch this earlier in the video, man. He shouted somebody's name out. This dude shouted somebody's name out, and that's the person you need to go at. Let's go back and review this tape.
Why I went with the center is because I've used. This is the offense I used. So the reason why I went with the center is because obviously he had identifier and he had 95 run block, 95 strength. So just for his value, he was the best center I could have, especially with 95 run block. I knew that not many people were going to have crazy D tackles, so I knew I would win that matchup most of the times when I ran dive. And then I went with Randall McDaniel and Will Shields because so everyone on my team has at least 90 run block. So these dudes had 90 run block. My guy Tecmo with the sub, bro, appreciate it. I knew well, both my guards both had 90 run block, and they're both the fastest guards you can have. So in case I ever ran like any a stretch or power roll, I knew that they were fast and they were gonna block down the field. Then I went. These guys were. This guy was my tight end and this guy was my receiver. Obviously, the reason I used them was because they were the fastest tackles I could get at tight end and receiver. This guy's 84 speed. This guy's 80 speed. And then these guys were both the fastest guys with the minimum cap that I could have nasty streak and secure protector. And then I went with Joe Thomas because he was just the best tight end at blocking.
Again, he is not a tight end. You cannot have him legally blocking for you. That's not his position. This guy's on the offensive line, right? This dude's he's a lineman. He's not a tight end. Why you didn't pick up a Travis Kelce, a Kyle Rudolph, a Rob Grant? Why you didn't pick up none of those guys, right? You got Delaney Walker. Like, you got other tight ends out there. You don't need that dude. I'm sorry, man. That's cheating, right? Again, who changed this position? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. Because never once have I been watching football has Joe Thomas ever been at the tight end position. Again, why did the referees, whoever was, again, this dude was at the privacy of his own home, right? This dude was able to get away with that. He was at the privacy of his own home. If he was in an actual organized tournament, like when he played against Dreeny, this wouldn't be allowed. There would be somebody calling him out immediately. Okay? That's cheating. That means somebody basically went in there and changed his position. I don't know who did that. Because in real life, you know what I'm saying, even in numbers, right? Every position goes by numbers. There's certain numbers you can't play in certain positions. It's just the truth. Anybody that has a 70 number, right? A 70, 50, and 60 number, they can't play these receiver positions. The tight end is considered another receiver position, right? He catches the ball. Joe Thomas ain't catching passes. He's blocking, right? You putting your opponent at a disadvantage. That's not real football. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something, man, because y'all need to see this. Now, this here is an organized environment. This was last year's tournament. This was on December, right? This is December 2019. This is the tournament that Joke last lost. Okay, look at this, man. You got a guy right here watching everything. You got you can't see it, but there's another guy to the right, man. You got people actually watching, actually looking at everything he's doing, right? Joke did that lineup because he's in the privacy of his own home. Can't nobody stop him. There's nobody watching him. And he was able to size it because this dude was going up and down, subbing players in and out, right? That's why he's able to get away with that. Because he put his subs in to sub these players in and out of there, right? In between plays. Joke did some shady stuff to win. And he cheated those other young men out of their win. That was not a fair game. Because how you in a championship beating somebody 17-0, right? Dreeny, in this championship match, Dreeny didn't get blown out like that, right? Matter of fact, let's go to the beginning. Let's see how these dudes play, man. Let me show y'all something.
Tired of me saying this. Joe still looking for his first. They set their audibles, are ready to go. Dreeny will have Eric Dickerson. That's the danger man for this Jag.
Now, Dreeny is the Jaguars, right? Watch how Dreeny plays. Notice how Dreeny is using regular receivers, right? Notice that, man. He does not have no office, and he don't have no Joe Thomas, no big old offensive lineman. Somebody that's like 270 pounds playing tight end. You don't have to beat this guy with that kind of roster, right? And I'll tell you right now, this game, man, Joke was frustrated. He was this dude was mad as hell. Right? Let's just watch this.
Team. Of course, part of that Complexity Esports team that's tied in with the Dallas Cowboys, but Dreeny says, I'm doing this for True Boy. It's bigger than that. Dickerson, one man to beat. And he'll turn the corner and get tripped.
Now, y'all see that, right? This dude ran right up the ghetto. Again, where's this defense then? That's what I'm saying, man. Joke is not that freaking good. Where was this elite defense? That's what I'm saying. Like, how the hell is he winning? Like I said, this is saying, how the hell did he win the very last tournament? I don't get this. Look at Dreeny, man. Dreeny ran right up the gap, right? The same thing Joke was doing to those other recent, doing the decraft those other guys, right? Popping. Look at this, man. I want y'all to see this.
Up at the 12.
Dreeny is a legit Madden player.
Play for Dreeny opens up the game with the Eric Dickerson, and I talked about that secure tackler was going to be huge for Joke. That was why he was able to make that shoestring tackle with Troy Polamalu with the secure tackler. But man, if you're Dreeny, what a way to open up the ball game. You have a slow, methodical offense, and you let me rip an Eric Dickerson big run to start the game. That's going to give Dreeny all kinds of momentum early on.
Eric Dickerson, after the long run, certainly is going to need a breather, and that's why Dreeny goes to a timeout right here in the opening quarter.
And that what that tells me, if I'm Joke, is Dreeny just wants to go right back to Eric Dickerson right here. So you just have to be ready for the run. He wouldn't have called that timeout if he wasn't trying to get Dickerson his energy back so he could go right back to him. And here it goes. It looks like it's going to be that stretch, alert, X looking. Nope, he's going to audible to the dive.
Watch how Dreeny plays him.
Up under center.
Look, normal offense.
22 personnel.
This dude don't have to use 6'7", you know what I'm saying, 6'7" offensive lineman just to beat somebody. That's not real football.
He'll hand it off to Dickerson, and he'll squeeze his way to the 5-yard line. That was a quick 7.
Again, Dreeny's beating this guy in his own game.
Likes Eric Dickerson over a guy like Chris Johnson. You can kind of just run into those piles.
This is the young man who defeated Joke.
Body is just going to fall forward.
I want y'all to look at this.
Get you those extra yards, and that's what he did right there for Dreeny. 6-yard gain.
Averaging nearly 100 yards per game. That's in the top 10 here in the tournament. 2nd and 4 now. Paulson once again in motion. And Shazier will lead the way, but Dickerson got caught up. And it's going to bring up a pivotal 3rd and 3.
Joke trying to get his Hodor on early. If you're Dreeny, you got to assume he's just going to give the ball right back to Dickerson. Can you pick up 3 yards or not? What type of defense you got if you're Joke? He's going to call timeout.
And Joke will burn a timeout.
By the way, that's why these tournaments go back so fast, because all these guys want to do is run the football. They got no passing skills like that at all. Especially Joke. Joke is just running it. That's all he wants to do, man. But Joke needs to understand that this is not rugby. Okay? In rugby, you just pitching and throwing. You do that in rugby. But in real football or 11-11 with the gear on, no, you got to throw.
So, both competitors with 2 timeouts remaining here with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Scott Cole, RG with you here in the AFC Championship. Who will face Volterax and the Cardinals?
Oh, his corner got stuck.
And Dickerson will walk in. Touchdown, Dreeny.
That was an easy play call for Dreeny. Joke left the...
Again, where is that defense that the people bragged about on that tournament, right? I Claire, man, those commentators making Joke look really good, looking better than what he is, right? Where was this defense in this tournament against Dreeny?
Right side of that field, wide open. He tried to place the line at the last second. His cornerback got stuck on his linebacker. Dreeny goes to the right side. Easy touchdown. And now this is what we've all been waiting for, Scott. How will Dreeny's defense stack up against this New Orleans offense that Joke has been dominant with all tournament long?
4 plays.
Now look at that, man. Now you know how. Now that's horrible. Why are you diving in? Man, fight for extra yards. You had all that gap. You had all that space. This is what disrespect this game, man. That's how I know, man. These people don't play in real life. There's been no kick return that's gonna dive in before the defender. Now you look really weak. I'm serious, man. That's weak as hell, man. Why would you dive in like that? Try to stiff arm, try to spin, try to get extra yards. Let me show y'all something, man. This is how weak these dudes are, man.
Dominant with all tournament long.
Again, why don't you? If common sense would have told you to fair catch it. You've been at the 20-yard line, right? You don't just dive in. Using DeMarco, right? Try to stick this dude, right? Fight for at least extra yards, man. This dude could have got a little bit past to the 40-yard line had he did that.
4 plays, 71 yards.
If you get hit, you just get hit at the kick return. But ain't no kick return just gonna be diving in like that. If any kick return wants to dive in like that, they'll be getting replaced. They'll be getting fired. I'm serious about that. That's weak as hell.
What a way to open up the game if you're Dreeny. Joker from Washington, D.C., Complexity Gaming's very own.
Now watch how Dreeny plays defense. Let's look at Joke. Because this guy has Lamar Jackson, right?
As James alluded to before we came in here,
he's using like the fastest quarterback in the league.
Trailed at time through this tough AFC.
Yeah, and the problem, and for Joke, to his credit too, he's played against some of the best guys. You go up against a Skimbo, you know that's kind.
And he lost to every last one of them.
Gonna give you the confidence, but he knows he's got another giant just standing
Joke lost to most of the guys in these tournaments the last 10 years.
in his way in Drini, and somewhere in the back of his mind, he knows he's been here before and he's never been able to get the job done. You gotta wonder, does that mess with his psyche at all? Especially if Drini's able to make a big play on defense early and really put the pressure on Joke.
Opens it up with a 4-yard run by Lamar Jackson. Of course, Drini beat last year's champ, Pavin, who took down the Madden NFL 19 Club Championship, representing the Raiders. And Lamar will escape out. And can't get past Shazier.
My thing is, why you couldn't do this with a faster quarterback? Now, if you would have had a Lamar Jackson in the tournament he had, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe we'd be a little easy on him. But again, this dude, he had Eli Manning and wasn't even throwing with him at all. This dude used a punter. That's what I'm saying, man. You got quarterbacks who got speed and you got wheels, right? But it's the simple fact that in the other tournament he used more offensive linemen than he should be. Because you can only have really 5 linemen on your lineup. You can't use 6 and 7 linemen. That doesn't work in real life. That's a legal formation, right? In real life, a coach would be getting called on that every time. The team would be getting penalized.
And we got a 3rd down situation coming up, 3rd and 3.
And this is a good adjustment from Drini. He's running some big nickel over G. We've seen him run a lot of dollar, a lot of 1-4-6. But obviously that isn't the remedy for this QB blast play. So Drini hit the lab last night with his boy Rage. And it looks like they cooked something up to try to contain this QB blast. And it's that big nickel over G. Little 4-down lineman.
His post-game interview yesterday, he said, I've never faced this offense before. And here on 3rd down, it's going to be close to the marker. It's going to depend on the spot. And it's going to be 4th and 1.
Oh, man, and here you go. If you're Drini, you stay up all...
So again, notice, man, he couldn't run up with the offensive lineman he had, he can run up that middle easy, man. There's holes wide open. He couldn't do this on a normal roster.
Labbing for this offense, all those long hours. Does the lab work pay off right here on 4th and 1?
And hit right at the marker, but he will get the 1st down.
Good job by Joke not to mess around, not anything fancy. Just run forward and pick up that yard with the quickness. Keep the drive going. That was a big conversion for our guy right there.
Seen him quick snap it when he knows he just needs a yard or 2. He was able to punch it in on Skimbo in a 4-down situation to win the ball game as Lamar gets caught up in the backfield.
Again, no skills at all. Why would you be running it? You should have known there was a DB right there waiting on him. This is when you audible and you let Lamar Jackson hit you in the air. You don't just be trying to run the football like that. This is not the Wildcat. And I'll be honest, ain't no team running Wildcat formation like that no more. Nowadays, you rarely see that anymore. Okay, but so many quarterbacks got speed. They don't have to use running backs trying to run the Wildcat. Nobody uses that formation. That wing option don't always work. You can't try to run that type of offense and you got a defense on the outside waiting on you. Again, man, Joke should have recognized that immediately if he was really that good.
Look at the lab work of Drini in this big nickel over G. He's just running a cover 2-man scheme. It looks like he's bringing those safeties deep into the box. He has 8 in the box. You got those great cornerbacks that can keep up with the speed, so you leave him one-on-one in man coverage. Look at him. He brings those safeties down. Now he's got 8 goons just sitting there in the box. Everyone else is man-to-man.
Lamar trying to buy some time, trying to get to the edge. Nothing's there.
Oh, man, Drini is getting adjusty right now, and I don't think Joke likes it. And if you're Joke, this is an awkward 3rd and 8. You don't really want to go to the QB blast right here, but your passes have been bottled up. You got to think Drini's catching them off guard with this over G defense.
Drini makes the most pre-play snap adjustments on defense out of our 128 that made it to the tournament.
By far the most adjusty player we have left in the tournament.
39, he throws it into coverage.
Now look how you got picked off, right? Again, he did that lineup because he cannot throw the football. Joke does not have no skill at all. He don't. That's why now you see why he did what he did in this other tournament. Again, Joke, you're not fooling nobody. You're not. You may have your fans fooled, but you're not fooling me. You may have these other stands, right? Praising you, right? But you're not praising me. I'm not praising you at all, bro. You suck. Just a minute, man. Y'all go watch this game. I'm not gonna play all of it because I don't have enough time, right? But I want you to meet this guy here, man. This guy is a real Madden player. Drini here has won multiple tournaments. Just how he beat Joke. Joke cannot beat somebody with a regular roster. That's proven already. Okay? See, Drini don't have to use no 8, 9 tight ends just to beat you. Okay? The lineup Joke just had to win that 65K tournament. Drini didn't do that in this other tournament. And this was December 2019. Right? Joke has been losing people like Drini the last 10 years. That's how I know, man. It's real suspect. It's real funny. Something ain't right at all. It's just not. Okay? And the fact that these commentators will allow him to do something like that, the fact that nobody stopped him, that says a lot. Matter of fact, man, EA should not be having no tournaments on quarantine. Y'all just need to stop that now. Because I don't know who Joke paid to get that roster the way it is, man. I'm serious about that. Who did that man pay to get Joe Thomas at the freaking tight end? For one, Joe Thomas ain't even wearing a legal number. Again, football, man, every position is separated by numbers. If you got a 75, a number like Joe Thomas, you cannot play tight end. All tight ends are number 80. They're in the 80s. They're in the 80s or they're wearing the receiver numbers, which is like 11, you know what I'm saying, 12, 13, 14, right? For example, all quarterbacks can't wear double-digit numbers like that. They can't wear 20. You'll never see a quarterback in the NFL wearing a 20 number. They don't never wear the same numbers the running backs and the DBs wear. They have to wear numbers 1 through 19. Same thing receivers. Like, yeah, receivers are permitted to wear, you know, say numbers 10 through 19. But back in days, all receivers was wearing 80 numbers. Again, this is an illegal offensive lineup. And how Joke was winning in his last tournament, how he played, and that's another thing too, man. Y'all need to see how much money that Joke paid D-Craft to take a fall. Because the way D-Craft played is not how Drini played. Drini played like he really wanted it. Drini played like he was a true defending champion. Drini brought the pressure to Joke. D-Craft played lousy. I mean, horrible. Right? Again, how you in a championship and you getting blown out 17-0? Unless D-Craft was at a disadvantage and he didn't even know it. Because if it was up to me, man, I'd be raising hell. Joke would not play me with that type of line. I'll tell him that immediately. Before we get started. If you play me with that line, bro, we ain't going to play. I'm going to hold everybody on. I'm going to hold the whole tournament on hostage. I'm going to talk to my lawyer too. Right? I'm going to talk to you. I'm about to talk to somebody upstairs. Because you ain't going to play me with that damn lineup. Because in real life, if Joe Thomas be seen at the receiver position and all the team doing is running football, again, he'd get exploited. The whole team would be under investigation immediately. Right? They be calling it blocking gate or something like that. Joke would not be able to do this in a real life game. Right? That's how desperate this guy was. You got